let's go on with the technicians. To my left, what's your name? Birdman.
You already said my name. Also, how you know we to the left?
Facts.
I think he was just speaking metaphorically.
Hey, yeah, it's your boy Big Birdie busting bad bitches on the brown.
What?
Yep, two fly. Two cry. Big fries.
By the way, I lied. I didn't actually start recording.
Yeah, I knew it.
I started recording the bit of H said, what's going on? It's your boy Rocker. Not the whole, I got like the last bit of it. I was like, wait, I need to get this.
When I was trying to do the intro.
Well, keep going. Go introduce that other ninja with the locks.
Oh yeah, facts. Hey,
I guess
AJ.
he's talking about me.
Anybody else got
Shadow
locks?
Falls. I didn't even hear that part. It's your boy Shadow Falls, aka Forever in the Shadows.
Oh,
Don't check your back.
oh,
Dang, don't put yourself on all that edge.
oh yeah,
man.
oh yeah. And last but not least, that boy.
Huh?
Kick him.
I don't know. He just died, bro.
That boy went doodle.
Facts, bro. Like I didn't even do that. But hey, yo, what's good, folks? You know who it is. It's your boy A-Rock, aka Turtle the Ascendant, back in the saddle. You feel me? And we're back for the new year, the first
2021.
Yeah.
I didn't think we make it. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. I've been kind of being lazy because whatever. But I
Keep
gotta
talking about the technical talk.
Yeah.
Got jobs and lives now.
I'm talking about people.
Oh, that's. But yeah, I got a couple double T's that can be uploaded here pretty soon. I'll just go ahead and hit this one first in this place, and then get those other two. So you'll get a special dose of not just this one, not two, but a grand total of a good old 3 technical topics, man. You know what I'm saying?
Three
So
technical topics.
a nice number. 3's a magic number.
Thank you.
Somebody got a wooden stake for this dude.
Thank you, Count.
But yeah,
I hated that character.
since we done already hit the roundabout introductions, which ages. But today's topic, real broad, really. It's gonna be the 2020 gaming, right? It's just 2020 gaming. So
Imagine a topic lasting a whole year.
pretty much. Like we're talking about some of the more anticipated games of 2020, how they actually came out.
Dear God.
Talk about some of these community scandals.
So what you're saying is, Cyberpunk is going to take up about at least an hour.
Nah, we're gonna kill that.
And Smash Bros is going to take up another hour.
Yeah, so we gonna run this real good. If I need to, I'll split it into part 1, part 2, whatever.
And then we're going to get to Evo.
Oh yeah,
That's going to be bad.
there's a lot of ugly stuff that we need to talk about. But we're leading off. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it popping. So we're
Last
gonna
of
go.
Us Part 2.
Damn.
All right, so
we going right into
Last
the
of Us
pot,
Part
huh?
2.
We going. I think I'm the only one here that's actually played it.
Probably.
No, I played it. I've played it, but I haven't got as far as you have.
The end of the game.
So you beat that hoe. Oh, so
I beat that hoe months ago.
Oh, so I ain't
beat that shit.
I ain't even beat that mug yet, bro.
The boy said, I ain't as far as you. I'm like, the end? He streamed it, uploaded it, like, we over here talking to him about how we watch. What you mean?
I forgot. Bro, I was asleep.
Twitch.tv/Birdie Brown. Come in, tune in. That's how you watch the motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
There we
bro.
go. Selfish plug.
Selfish plug. You feel me?
We plugged in. We plugged
Yeah,
in.
you know, gotta get.
So
Yes,
what
sir.
you think, Tech, about it?
I thought. Okay, let me lower my chair. Okay, let me sit back, grab my cup of tea, and I'm gonna learn you about Last of Us Part 2.
Trash. Got it. Next game.
That's what folks say. On Last of Us Part 2, I can only speak from personal experience and how I interpreted the game. I thought that game was better than Last of Us 1. And it's a bold statement, but here's why, right? Last of Us 1 was very straightforward, a real rough and tough dude who had a traumatic experience when he was right before the outbreak, or obviously we say outbreak, right? And had his spoilers, lost his daughter, stuff like that, And then he tries to rekindle his humanity, mind you, with another little girl named Ellie. So that I thought that was a very straightforward. Like, they had characters in Last of Us 1 that were okay. I mean, it was a solid game. I can't sit here and there was a few boring and predictable parts, but it was just a fun game to play, right? Like, solid. Can't say too much about it. But nothing crazy happened, at least until the end. But Last of Us 2, I thought Last of Us 2 took risks that at first I thought didn't work, and they were just trying too hard to humanize. Or should we talk about spoilers? Should I say
The
spoilers?
game's a year old, and I was talking about it a while ago.
Is it a year old? It came out last year.
Well,
It
came out last year. You ain't played it, looked at it yet. You have to look.
Facts.
So spoiler tab right here.
All
There you
right.
go.
Right here.
There you go. That's how you do that.
Let me mark this on timestamp, so I'm 100%.
Yeah, I'm glad I said something.
All right, look here. This is the spoiler alert. If you have not played T-Lu 2, skip this section and go right on to the next tab. Got it? But if you don't care, all right, let's go.
All right. So
Been warned.
I feel like there was a lot more risks that they took in Last of Us 2 that made the story a lot more compelling on an emotional level and a very psychological level. Like, the fact that they flip the script and you play as the villain in the game, first off, at first I didn't want to play as freaking Ronda Rousey, but I had to. I wanted her to. At first I was like, dog, I don't care about this chick. But you go through so much nonsense with her, you start to care, and you see how much that she's caring. But at the same time, the things that you're doing is in response to all the crap Ellie does in the game. It's so crazy the small details that they have in the game. Like, at the beginning, when people talk about how Joel died, right? Spoilers. Joel died, right? Let's be honest. A full game with Joel again would have been boring. There's also, the story really wasn't even about Joel. Joel had his big emotional moment in Last of Us 1 where his daughter died and he tries to rekindle his father's side and sees a daughter in Ellie, but the main focus, the grand scheme of and the reason behind everything is all about Ellie. Right? It was really all about Ellie. And we played as Joel, but we also played as Ellie too in Last of Us 1. So to try to make a whole game about something Joel did or what they could have did with Joel, I thought was pointless. I thought his character's been there, done that. There's nothing else we could have did.
Yeah.
And one of the most emotional things you could do in that world is to spark up a revenge story, right?
Yeah.
Like, cause what else would there be in that world? It's like if anybody else died, you really wouldn't care, right? Like if Ellie's best friend died, you wouldn't care. You just met her this game. Like if Joel's brother died, you only spent a few chapters with him. Like who cares? But Joel dies, bro. That
your protagonist,
the main protagonist, the one who you had to sit here and watch him wrestle emotionally with Ellie to freaking get her to stop being a kid and have him open up to her, like all those moments. That dude takes a golf club to the dome and gets killed. And it's in a brutal way, mind you. This wasn't a whole, it was panned off screen. Now they shotgunned my dude's leg off. And then freaking Ronda Rousey practice a swing, you know? Like
I don't know if it was a swing or more than an overhead slam.
I was a swing. Okay?
Bro, she stuck the puck in his head.
That's the main swing.
No, you don't. Bro, that was damn near a joust, my guy.
I know, but
Vincent, bro.
I know, but it was a good hit. It was a good hit, and that's a perfect way to spark a revenge story and make you care about the world you're in again. Because if we went through a whole other Last of Us 1 again, I don't think I would have cared to finish the game. Like, it just
true. Joel's story was just over. There's nothing they could do with
There's
it.
nothing else. There's nothing else you could have did with the character. So you had to move on or try to find something else to build on with another character.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
The way they ended. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say the ending of TLU 1 was on all accounts meant to end Joel's story. Like it was literally telling you, oh, we're gonna get the second game and it's gonna be all around LA. Like it was 100% clear. So like a lot of the issues that I heard with the game and watching the story and feeling the story, like a lot, like I don't think the game personally is as good, at least straight story wise, as the first one. But I also don't agree with a lot of the complaints people claim to make against the game. Like obviously Joel dying is the main one. People are just like, oh, Joel died, this game trash. I was like, well, he's kind of set up to die based on what he did in the last game. So
Facts.
like, if you didn't expect him to die, you might be dumb. You might be dumb, stupid, or dumb.
Last of Us does a really good job of is that nothing happens for no reason.
Yeah.
Or people don't get away with anything. There is always consequence.
That's what made Last of Us 1 so
whenever
good.
Joel walked out, I'm like, and he like killed everybody in there. Essentially, I'm like, somebody coming for his head for sure. Has to be. What happens in Last of Us 2? Came for his head.
Somebody came for his head.
That's one thing they've always done. They've always set it up that way. It's like you don't just get the pro tags. Don't just kill people and get off scot free, or they don't get to just do whatever and get off scot free. In
a world where we did nothing but retaliate and kill people for the sake of them shooting at us first, the moment Joel did that to the Fireflies, I was like, oh yeah, he's got it coming. Like he has it coming. He's a hardened criminal at this point. He's a freaking smuggler. Like his whole mindset is like survival. Like the dude walking out in the middle of the street in Last of Us 1, he's like, help me, and like he's like, we're gonna help him, Joel. Ellie's over here like, help him, Joel, and he's like, that guy ain't even hurt, and freaking runs him over. Like his character is meant to be a martyr. Like something's gonna happen to him. Like it was prone to happen. And I think what made Last of Us 2 better than Last of Us 1 for me is the emotional hints that it had, like psychologically happening to Ellie, right? Because we get these flashbacks through the game that shows us that Ellie really knew the whole time while we're playing, like that Joel actually just literally killed people and took her from the Firefly camp. Yeah, and literally just left. Like, and Ellie was really ready to save the world. That's essentially what Joel just yeeted from the entire human race. He literally just he screwed us all. He screwed us all.
Destroy us
when
all.
When it came to us actually having a future in the human race, he said, "Nah, can't let my second daughter die." Like that.
Facts.
And he screwed over the entire human race.
Yeah,
and Ellie was ready to die. It wasn't even her choice. Ellie was ready to just say, F it. This is for everyone, for all them traveling across the country, to going through all this nonsense, meeting Bill, meeting the two brothers, I forgot their names, the two brothers, the two black
brothers. Yeah.
That was a messed up scene too.
Facts.
But we learned that in Last of Us 2, Ellie knew the whole time when there wasn't in flashbacks. And that's why Ellie and Joel was low-key just distanced from each other, and Joel was this sad, depressed man who was just trying to rekindle what they had before. Like, it's crazy. But then when she goes on this whole revenge trip, she notices, like, all those years that she spent pissed off at Joel because Joel, although he did save her life, screwed over humanity. Like, they could have had a cure, though he saved her life, though. She was pissed off for years at Joel, didn't want anything to do with Joel. And after Joel died, she realized that she wasted all those years being mad at Joel. Like, and you can see that because every time she goes on these like insane revenge trips, she goes and thinks about the past of when they were actually cool together.
Yeah.
And like she's shaking in scenes, like she starts to panic. She has like a full-blown panic attack. Like, she does stuff that you'd never think Ellie would do. You'd never think Ellie would do. Like, she went crazy on the dude who low-key tried to rape her in the first game. And that was heavy. You remember the freaking creepy dude? The dude with the jean jacket?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought he died in that scene.
No, he did die. She killed him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But the emotional trauma that they clearly want you to notice throughout the entire game going on with Ellie, it's like watching that is a lot more interesting than just watching a point by point story of those two going through the world. Not to say that it's bad, it was a solid game. But watching that in Last of Us 2, and then watching the other side of the spectrum, Abby gain a conscience after what she did, and is actually just trying to find some solace in the world because Ellie and her friends low-key killing her friends. Like, it was a lot more interesting to watch.
Yeah, I can see that. It is a story-driven game, so they do have to look at that more than because for me the gameplay was still the same.
I thought gameplay was.
it was a few iterations. It was a few changes, but for the most part, it wasn't much they could just like. It wasn't like a whole bunch more they could have just did off the first game, because the first game gameplay was still really good. But you know,
it looked like the same game pretty much.
I mean, it's a few, it's some more stuff you can do, but it's not like super crazy. It's not like
it's not super different.
Yeah. Which if they would have did that, then they probably would have fucked over their own game.
Yeah,
true. I just didn't. I personally didn't like some of the story decisions. Like some of them were whack, but Joel being dead was not one that I disagreed with. Kind of had to happen. But I thought it was funny how a lot of people tried to use the fact that Ellie was gay as a reason of why people don't like the game.
There was some unnecessary scenes in the game. I'm not gonna lie to you. There were some unnecessary scenes.
Oh, sure.
Like the whole Abby having sex with freaking Tommy.
Yeah.
This is
I'm
weird,
like,
that was
this is cringe.
That was for the weirds.
Like some power. It was almost like some power trip type stuff. I'm like,
it was for the funky peoples.
Like
they're trying to be innovative. They're trying to make it into like an actual movie. Well, it is going to be an actual movie, but
they're trying to
have.
Go ahead.
Oh, they're just trying to, because if you think about it, Last of Us is pretty much, it's almost like one of those story-based games where you can choose the ending and stuff, but more or less it's just the storyline is put on there and you're just playing through it. So for them to have stuff in there like that, I understand, just because of the fact that it's more of a story versus it being a video game.
That's
the video
true.
game is almost a plus.
You know what, Houston? That's a good point. It feels like I mean, they could have, but it feels like they made the story and then built the game around it,
which is a smart idea.
Which is a good idea, and I think it worked well. I think the combat and the areas were fun. I thought, like, if I wanted to sit here and craft a bomb. Also, first off, there's a lot of crazy moments in that where I think they're cutscenes and they're not cutscenes, and I could literally just get jumped by any old average Joe from the side room. Like, it's actually kind of crazy. And plus, the level design I thought was more creative in that game. Like the fauna, the look of the look of everything that speaks for itself. Like, that's crazy to me. But the gameplay, stabbing somebody and watching the freaking blood come out their neck, and then holding them at gunpoint, and you aim your gun at the enemy, like, it's so crazy. The gameplay in the game, I think, is really fun, along with an interesting story to watch.
Yeah. It was quite interesting, to say the least, as well.
I did not make a go to that.
T-Lu 2 indeed is quite an interesting topic for discussion. There's a lot. Even now, there's still controversy surrounding the game.
And I know people. I know another reason people didn't like the game is because of the ending. And honestly, I didn't like the ending. I didn't like the ending either. The ending for Last of Us 2 was way too open-ended.
Yeah.
I mean,
all that build up and you get nothing at the end.
Yeah.
I'm cool because I went back and I watched the final scene where you fight with Abby, and like watching, like, literally, like, the scene before that, there's like a whole flashback of her and Joel having this like moment, but like watching it again, it's it's pretty symbolic when Ellie lets Abby up after beating her down, and she's like, just take him, you know. It's like when she gets up and what, and I was like, and somebody made a point saying it's funny because she's really not talking about the kid that Abby saved. She's really talking about Joel and how she's letting go of the fact that that Abby was killed and taken away from Ellie by Abby. Did I say that right?
No.
Yeah, I think
No,
you didn't say it.
I know what you meant.
Yeah,
you didn't say that.
Basically,
right.
she's letting go of Joel.
She's letting go of Joel, like because Abby took Joel away from Ellie. That's what I meant to say.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a pretty emotional moment. I didn't even catch it the first time. Like I was just playing the game to play the game. But man, that ending, that part I get. So people might feel a bit angry about the fact that you don't actually kill Abby, but you got to remember this entire time this was supposed to be Ellie getting revenge, but her also reconnecting with herself and what Joel would have wanted for Ellie. So this whole crazy kill anybody just to kill them type ish was wrong, and Joel taught her that, and that was that was a big moment. That was a big moment.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah.
No, we needed more closure.
Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to see Dina again. That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
That's all I
Something.
wanted. Something.
But that is one game that had a lot of controversy behind it. So let's talk about probably the single biggest game with a lot of controversy surrounding it. Good old
2077.
Cyber Trash 85.
Cyber Trash.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I knew that game wasn't gonna be finished.
Cyber Impact. Just play Genshin Impact.
Sponsored by Ubisoft.
Got him.
Not Genshin Punk.
Man, do all of us have who all has it?
I don't.
Has what?
Genshin Impact?
No, Cyberpunk.
Oh, I don't have that show.
I can't play it.
Oh, nasty. You right.
I would have to only play that mug on my PC, and that's if my PC can run it.
I doubt it. Honestly, I don't think it can.
My boy
really
Adam had the game, and they auto refunded it for him.
I think the bugs are out. I know a patch came out sometime this month to fix most of the glitches for the older systems, but the game is still like $60, so I wouldn't even try to buy it. I will wait till that mug go on sale. I can't give you my money if you came out with a half-ass game.
There's too many issues, man. Like,
yeah,
right now I feel like the only way you're gonna really enjoy that game, there are two ways. Either A, you have a PS5, or B, you have a really good PC, like a really good PC.
True.
Like,
you need top of the line.
Like, that game was so high talked about, and at least among the circle, it died within like a week. Like, nobody really wants to play it because your PC has to be so, your hardware has to be so powerful just to run the game, to even be able to start the game up. Like, it's crazy.
You know what's crazy, bro? You know what else is crazy? Even when it works, bro, that game is just okay.
It really is right now.
Like, folk are just saying, the reviews and stuff, game's fun. Game's pretty fun. Game's alright. Game's pretty fun. Like, all these years, hyped this game up to be like the most controversial game in like the past decade. Like, this is supposed to be the most biggest, ambitious game with so many different options and varieties of choices and customization and stuff like that. And this game is summed up to, when it works, it's alright.
Yeah, it's basically a better Fallout, to be honest. Like, you could kind of sort of put it kind of as a better Fallout, because I like the stuff. I like the game. The game is awesome. Like, the game is fun when it works, especially like the work that they put in the game, you can see, like the road conversations on the street. You pass by people that just talking about pimps talking to their hoes and freaking having real conversations. You pass by people that know you, call out like, "Hey, what's up, V? Hey, what's good, brother?" Some nonsense, or just passing by dudes boxing, they may stop you like, "Hey, V, come talk to me, man." And then you walk over to them, you have some conversation. They'd be like, "Let me know, blah blah blah," blah. And you move on and stuff like that. Just there's a lot of good stuff about the game. Like, there really is, but I just don't think its release was just not very good. Like,
I knew that much.
PS4 got straight, like, they got straight screwed over. Like, there's just no other way to say it. They got hard screwed over. For a
They're
game
in their
that
second
was,
lawsuit now.
Yeah, for a game, it got advertised for PS4. It looks like friggin' Play-Doh. Like, I've played Lego games that have better graphics.
Facts, Legos.
On PS4 at least. Like, that is, it's so bad. Like, that's inexcusable, man.
Well, what happened was they did an article on what really went down on the whole Cyberpunk 2077, and they never actually started production until like the last 4 years. So they kind of just like halted the game for those, I think it was like 8 years, right? 8 years it took to come out, but they only started it in 4. And then the production got rushed. So they had to meet that deadline.
Yeah.
So they kind of just bullshitted. And then when it got time to optimize, that's when they started doing these pushbacks. And then when COVID hit, that cut the 4 years down to 2. Because, I mean,
that's when they really got that messed up.
They really got screwed over by COVID because they didn't think that was going to happen. But in the end, it was still their fault because they pretty much got cocky and felt like they could just make this game, throw it out, and then, you know, fix whatever they need to fix. But when it came down to testing, they realized the game wasn't optimized enough for the PS4. And did it come out for the 360 or was it just PS4?
I think it's just
PS4. I hope it didn't come out for the 360.
It had to at least come for Xbox.
It came out on
Xbox One. Yeah, Xbox One. I always call it Xbox One 360. I don't know why, but
we can just skip Xbox One.
Facts. So what happened was, they didn't optimize it enough. It just kept getting pushed back, and then they kind of just shipped that whole out. Just like, also they didn't have any reviews. Day one reviews because they didn't let the game testers test it. That's another thing. When people are trying to hide flaws in their game or movies, they don't have anybody like test it or watch it beforehand so you can get reviews. They just like dip it out, and then they get all these crazy numbers. Like, that mug was like #1 in sales, like beating all the games, and then shit happened. Shit hit the fan.
Mm-hmm. We got
game
giving refunds.
Game wasn't optimized enough.
Freaking! I've never seen a game get taken off the store for being unfinished. With all the unfinished BS we've had to deal with over the years.
Facts.
I've never seen a game get like PlayStation literally went
auto refunded.
You get a refund, it's getting off our store. Like, that's what. How do you even be allowed to release a game like that? Like, that's crazy.
Like, bro, like,
that's crazy. How are you allowed to release a game in that state?
And anything else, it's just like, we're gonna release a couple of mean patches and it's gonna be good. Nah, we gotta take the whole game back, fam.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, they'll be like, all right, well, they're gonna patch it. They'll be all right. No, they're like, here's a refund. Game's getting off the store. That horrible. That's crazy.
That's tough.
Like, it's real fucked if that happened, man. Like,
I think the reason why it happened that way is because I don't think we ever had a game this hyped to get done so badly.
Oh, the game was absolutely overhyped, like super duper.
It was overhyped. It was just unplayable. We never had a game that was that unplayable.
The overhype combined with the issues that it
I
had.
don't know about it. I don't know about a game that's never been that unplayable.
It's
looking
been some-
at
it's
looking
been
at
some
Arkham Knight
games.
on PC, but
Yeah, and they
Shoot.
took it off. They took it off Steam.
well, Arkham they did take Arkham Knight off Steam. You're right. They did. But Steam has been known to do that. I've never seen it done from the PlayStation Store. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
That's a real occurrence indeed.
You got the PS2 games that you can get in the cereal box. Them hoes was unplayable.
But them hoes was heat.
Yeah, that's exactly what Cyberpunk was for PS4. It was a PS2 game.
The PS2 cereal game, bro.
Oh yeah, I played. They had I had the cereal box. Played like what was some math game.
Cyberpunk
I was down for it.
205.
Sure.
Hilarious.
Cyberpunk 2008.
Oh,
Way
boy.
back in the day. Nah, man, that was a pretty disappointing release. Honestly, I still got
I
the
wasn't
game.
disappointed.
I wasn't
Didn't
either.
You
surprise
didn't buy the
me.
dang game.
But the moment that game got delayed the second time, I'm like, either number one, this game is never coming out, or two, it's coming out trash. That was it. Those were the only two options for me. There was
Like,
way it was
yeah.
coming out good.
Uh-huh.
After that second pushback, I was like, no, this game is
They
never coming out, or
freaking-
it's going to come out trash.
They freaking sat here and folks was complaining and sending death threats to the dang developers, wanting them to release the game. Release the game. It became a meme that Cyberpunk was gonna get delayed again. They were like, all right, bet. Y'all freaking over here complaining.
All right,
Here's
take
the
this.
game.
Hey, hold these glitches, fam.
I'm like,
Hold these non-existent cracks. Yeah.
Why is it? It's unfinished, unplayed. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they hit up the
Yes,
camera. Yeah,
unfinished.
yeah. Bet you wanted some graphics. Yeah, get
Yeah.
that. No,
No,
take
you
these.
gotta play that.
Hold
play
this.
Give me that money. I'm gonna need all that. All
was
that
funny.
energy.
Yeah, keep that same energy, fam. No. Like it was.
I ain't never been a proponent of rushing the game. I'm like, yo, because these developers, man, and these publishers, like, they just want their money as fast as possible. So if they're allowing a game to get delayed, there's something wrong, bro. That game is not. It doesn't need to be released. If they are pushing it back, like, there's a reason.
I would have rather them delay it again.
Yeah, they should have.
Quite frankly, I'm like, if you want this game to be excellent, take your time, whatever. But you know,
Also,
publishers and all that, the higher ups, they're like, nah, put this issue out now. All right. Like, why this game trash? You saw what this was before we put it out, right? Stupid.
Hey, hashtag support a developer, man, because you know we're gamers and we play the finished product, or we want to play the finished product. Behind the scenes, and a lot of the reasons why certain games like that come out not as intended is because big corporations and big suits are pushing deadlines.
Yeah.
And you have artists and graphic designers, the entire design team crunching. Like they are busting their ass to make these games, and you can look up the information. That stuff like that was happening with CD Projekt Red. It was happening with the
NetherRealm.
NetherRealm. It was happening with the people who made Anthem. Was it DICE? Like
All of
they,
them,
Oh yeah,
they.
that crunch has been coming out. People,
Yeah.
that stuff's starting to get found out. And the good thing is, companies are getting reprimanded for that shit. If not by like other companies, but by like the actual people. So that's one good thing that came out of that, I guess.
And you should
and
look at
this
the
shit been
images.
happening for years too. That's the
Years.
crazy thing. Like
It's all
even in
behind
the
the scenes,
Nintendo
just keep
64 days, like like Nintendo, all that, man.
But
Them game companies, bro. You be wondering why, like, it's the same example like at Banjo-Kazooie. Like, you had Banjo-Kazooie, you had the second one that came out, and then you had this one on the 360, and that mug was just like Bruh, people was mad about that whole because people lose jobs, big suits come in, tell them what to do, and
These
it's
guys
just,
would rather keep
bad.
the freedom.
Yep.
Some of these great developers and great artists just all of a sudden gone because they about to get like controlled by the corporation and say, nah, I bumped that, I'm out. And so you end up with a product that's just second rate as compared to that, man.
These people go. You can even look up the images yourself if you want. But these designers and these teams that try to deliver a great gaming experience, you know, we joke about, you know, games coming out unfinished and, you know, it gets the LOLs, but realistically, big games like Cyberpunk, you know, these or Destiny, all that crunching, people don't go home, they sleep at their desks. They work through holidays. They don't have time. They don't want to take days off because they know if they do, they're not going to have that same type of energy they'd have if they were originally working on the project they were working on. So
facts.
That stuff it can take a toll on you. Imagine working hundreds of hours, like it's and no breaks, like you just have to sit there and work. Just draw.
I saw something. I don't remember who it was, but it was a company that was working they were all at the office all freaking day, and the workers would actually take turns making ramen for everybody, so that they could have something to eat while they were up there, at least before they actually like went home or whatever. Like it was like they make it work, but that stuff's hard.
Bust they ass for these games, man.
Gaming is not an easy. It seems real fun in games, no pun intended, on the outside, but on the inside, gaming business is hard.
It's hard
because you got so many things. You got especially if it's a sequel game, you gotta try to appease the people who like the first one, and then try to bring in people to make them want to go back and play the first one and come play the second one, or vice versa. So trying to keep your crowd and get new ones too is fierce.
Hashtag support a creator. Support you know. Help them out.
That is true.
Stop sending. I don't understand why folk would send death threats to folks.
I don't understand. People, man, you
those
know,
are kids.
Keyboard. You know, we got these keyboard warriors, man.
I can't. I just want to meet them.
Under the guise of a keyboard, but you meet them in person, they wouldn't say a damn word, brother.
I want to meet them. That's what I want to do. I just want to meet them just to see what this is the type of person,
right?
That's
who does this? Oh, it's you. It's people like you.
Okay, so it's people like you. Okay, I got you. But that's all I wanted to say on that. Support a creator. Support a designer.
Well, go ahead and lead us into our next topic, Young Tang, on the Marvel Avengers.
Oh dear God. Okay.
I mean, technically we have a dual leaders because we have the guy that's played it, the guy that kept up with it because he really wanted to play it. So.
I mean, that game came out last year. That game came out like so long ago, 2-3 years ago. Man, what was the company that made Marvel's Avengers?
Square Enix.
Was it Ubisoft?
It's about Square
Enix.
That's the sad part about it.
Unfortunately,
it came from them.
Man, that game. There's not much to say about it. I mean, the player base is, I'm not going to say it's dead, but all I'm going to say is Heroes of the Storm's got more players at the moment. No, I'm fucking
I think that's untrue. But I get your point.
Speaking of which, I re-downloaded
Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, unrelated.
I thought they took that game off. Like, I thought they deleted that whole.
No, it's still up there. It's got a casual player base on there now. They had just added a new patch on there and updated it and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've been playing Murky and that's it. I've just been screwing around.
Where is mine at? I'm trying to find it, but you can keep talking about it.
But Marvel's Avengers, I mean, I waited years for that game. I didn't expect much from it. I knew it was going to kind of be lukewarm. I didn't expect it to be the most groundbreaking thing, but story was average. That's really all to talk about it. There's not much online. I think they added a raid.
It was average. Like, it was just average.
Yeah. They promised.
No. Square Enix published the game. Crystal Dynamics is the one who made it.
Oh.
Yes. It wasn't. Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say it wasn't actually made by Square Enix, but it was published by. It was one of those games that they,
It's crazy.
Yeah, I played that whole once. Literally once. Tried to get the story. I think I got Kamala to the ship.
What a boring character.
I got her to the ship, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this.
Kamala Khan, what a boring character. Like, you have the first off, the least interesting character I thought was going to be Captain America in the game was the most fun. I didn't think I'd like Captain America, but he turned out to be one of the most fun. That and Thor, because he was basically Iron Man and Captain America combined. Man, did that game really just have a story and an online attached to it? Like, and the online ain't much. Like, it's literally go to an area, clear an objective. You might get a boss. If you do, cool. It's gonna be a bigger version of the same thing you've been fighting outside. Like, and it's buggy. Ah, man, that game was glitchy. There were certain parts where
weird too.
And I'm glad that they fixed. I don't know if they completely fixed the frame rate, but that was a big problem that I had in the game. Is that if you're gonna have an online based game and have all these people come together to use these abilities and fight and stuff, your frame rates need to be on point. So if freaking the Hulk is throwing a rock and Thor is out here shooting lightning, my frames shouldn't drop to 2. So
not 2.
Dog, like, there was not much happening on screen and the frame rate would drop drastically. And I'm like, you're planning on doing online? And people are gonna be doing even more than this? And the frame rates are dropping in story mode? Oh, nah. Oh, nah.
Well, I wish they were just fixing these games, bro. Go ahead, H. I'll talk after you. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, I ain't had a game frame rate drop since fucking Dynasty Warriors 3.
Nasty. That's a long time ago.
Muto games always have frame rate. That's just something I wish these games would get right, man. Like, I'm one of the people. I know there's others of me in the world, but I would much rather a high, consistent frame rate over higher graphics any day of the week.
Yeah.
Any day of the week. I don't care how pretty your game looks. If my frames are dropping between 60, 15, and 32, I'm pissed. Like, I don't care how pretty your game looks. I can't look at it. Like, if your game hurts my eyes with its frame rate, which, like, I used to think that people were kidding when they said, no, you can tell the difference between 30 frames per second and 60 frames if you have been looking at 60 long enough. And then even if it's 30, you'll see whenever it just starts like going all over the place. And dude, it hurts. Like,
yeah,
it hurts my eyes. It doesn't matter what I'm looking at. So I'm so sick of these games. You're like, oh, look at the graphic, look at this graphic fidelity and all that, and then you over here, your frames looking like they're going through a swamp. Like, what the hell? It don't matter. It doesn't look good. Got him.
I'm geeking.
Yeah, there are so many daggum glitches surrounding Marvel Avengers. There was, I think, when the patch came out, it said it was patching over 1,000 bugs in the game.
Oh yeah, I forgot. On release, it was super buggy. I didn't run into those, but they released a patch. That
really came out last year.
I'm telling you, it don't feel like it.
I'm telling you this. That last year went by slow. Like, it started up like it was gonna go pretty quick, but as soon as COVID hit, slow. Like, it got slowed all the way down for me, bruh. But let's talk about a game that was I
also want to point out that they said that PlayStation 4 players will be getting Spider-Man, yet to get that, or Black Panther.
Nasty.
But continue, I'm sorry.
Nasty. But let's talk about I don't know how many of us actually know a lot about this. I've just got word of mouth from people that I know that have it. But Animal Crossing.
Ooh,
didn't play it. Never looked at
New Horizons.
I know Horizon Zero Dawn.
I
myself on Horizon Zero Dawn.
Man,
I've heard good things about it, but I have not played it.
Animal Crossing. I've heard good things about it. What I've seen from Animal Crossing is just like every other game. Everyone hypes it up and plays the shit out of it for about a month or two, and then it falls off the face of the earth, like every other Animal Crossing.
True.
Dang. But not every other Animal Crossing.
Bro, and I swear on everything.
It's just one of those games, man, where it's like you have to do that day-to-day shit. Like that shit.
It was really COVID's fault.
COVID really messed up
people
all
said,
last year, man.
People said, "Oh, bet we can't go out. Let's go out of Animal Crossing then."
Well, I mean, Animal Crossing New Horizons, when you compare it to its previous one, and then like what was in it, it actually did improve upon things. So I'm not saying it was a bad game by any means.
I just think
go ahead. I mean, it just was what it was. Like, I mean, but yeah, COVID made it very popular. They couldn't do anything, so what to do besides play Animal Crossing, you know?
Yeah, and it's one of those games you could just kind of sit there and do something in. Like, so it's not even like, because I've never really been a fan of Animal Crossing, but everybody, even people that don't normally play games like that, were getting Switches and Switch Lights just to play Animal Crossing. And I was like, God dog, I was like, there's a lot of people that never even thought about a Switch and say, I'm gonna get Animal Crossing now. And it was mainly after they knew COVID was around and moving, and they was like, I'm gonna get Animal Crossing. Yeah, I'll get Animal Crossing. I'll get Animal Crossing. So, you know, it just kind of just kept spreading. Yeah, but yeah, Animal Crossing was one of those that was hitting with a lot of folks. But we'll keep it moving then, since we ain't got too much on Animal
Are sports games still relevant? Like FIFA and 2K?
Yeah, 2K gone forever. 2K gone forever be relevant.
Like, do people really give a fuck?
Yeah, people really be still playing 2K hard. I mean,
crazy.
I played it, but I haven't played 21 because 21 is pretty much 20 on a 4, and then I mean, the only way you can get the new iteration if you play 5, and then 5 is pretty good, but I mean, it's a lot of glitches in that too. Just in the actual world of it's like they got like almost like a GTA version. They have like, you can just do like stuff in this world that they have. I forgot the name of the actual world, but I mean, you're just playing basketball, it's still. I mean, I still like it, but I'm probably not gonna get it until like 22, the next one, because I don't feel like spending money on that game anymore.
It all seems the same to me with a fresh coat of paint.
Oh well, yeah, for the most part, the 21 is different from 4 for sure. I mean, from the old generation for sure, because it's a whole new. It's a lot of new stuff that they added in there, which makes the game just a little bit better, but not enough for me to want to buy it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still on. I just need another street game, bruh. That's what I want.
Oh, an NBA Street?
Yeah. I'd be satisfied with that.
Yeah, man.
NBA Street Volume
Mario,
Remix?
Put Mario, Luigi, and Peach in it like they did. What was that? 3? No, it wasn't.
It was 3. It was 3.
It was 3.
Yeah. It was 3. It was only on the GameCube.
Hell yeah.
It was lit. They had all these stats, but low key sucked because they were short. It was bad crazy, bruh.
Man, I know we've been talking down on some games. I want to talk up a game. I want to throw a game we can talk up here, at least for me.
Alright.
Okay, with the game that I streamed all summer, Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Not a stream.
Man,
Final Fantasy 7 Remake, man. You want to talk about a game that
sucked? Yes. No, I'm playing.
Boy, shut the fuck up. Not
He said
only
there
are
was
you
so
wrong,
much hatred.
not only are you wrong, you're just an asshole. Like,
Shut the fuck up. Damn.
you ain't gonna talk shit on my game. Not in my face.
I'm not in your face.
Virtually or
Yes,
otherwise. Okay, that game was probably. I think it was my most favorite game that I played last year. Definitely my game of the year for sure. Like the game, it was just an amazing game. Of course, the visuals were amazing, and it was just wonderful to see all those characters on screen and interacting the way they were. It was just such an amazing game.
Man,
Just playing through it. Combat was amazing. The leveling up of weapons and all that stuff was amazing. Boss summonings were amazing. Like it was, I don't know. There wasn't much I could say about that game unless you're one of those and you want to talk about the ending to it, which I don't know if we don't get into spoilers. Who else played Final Fantasy Remake in here?
I think you
Played it yet?
I didn't.
But I
gotta play the original game before I play the remake.
Yeah, I think you're the only one.
Well, I mean, I've never
Mhm.
played the. Oh man, I'm the only one. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Shit, I was the only one who played Cyberpunk.
True.
I mean, I haven't played the original, but I have. The amount of times I've watched someone play that hoe is ridiculous. Most of them being Maximilian. I think I've watched him play it like 3 times, 3 different ways. But I mean, the game was just like the dialogue in it. This is something like for Square, their dialogue is always a little weird. But like the way the characters interact in the game, and just everything is awesome. And then if you ask me, the twist at the end was made it pretty interesting. It's what made it an actual remake instead of like just like a remaster or something like that.
Yeah, a lot of people, especially the Final Fantasy fan peeps, loved the remake.
Yeah.
It just paid homage to everything in the original like so well, without doing everything the exact same. Like it was just really well made. Like you could tell these people cared a lot about the original and wanted it's pretty much like it's a celebration of the original game, really. You can just see everything they put into it. Like I said, the way the characters interact, the animations, the things you can do in the game. It's just, I mean, if you even sort of played the original and liked it, like, you just have to love the remake. I don't think you could hate it. I don't see how you could. It's just an amazing game.
It is. Well,
Yep.
But what else?
I kind of wanted to play it,
say.
but I don't have a PS4, so I'm kind of out of there.
Yeah, that is the unfortunate thing. I don't know why it's a PS4 exclusive.
I need these games. Freak out on
It's-
PC, bro.
Final Fantasy game. It don't need to be nowhere else. What you mean?
I delete it.
But you know, Final Fantasy is exclusively to Sony
I don't give a fuck.
for the most part, anyway.
They can exclusively move over to PC too.
Nasty,
Shoot.
but
But
yeah.
what was you about to say, H?
Oh no, yeah. For the most part, what I saw on it, that mug was really good. I watched some gameplay on it and things like that. I'm just ready to. I'm waiting for that mug to get on sale again, and I'm gonna pop that mug. But it's been on sale a couple of times. They be putting it on sale just so people can grab it, because they want people to play that mug and go and get done with it, so you be up to date with that second one come out, that part 2.
Nasty. Moving right along. How about Ghost of Tsushima?
Boy, you want to talk about grand. You want to talk about honor and their family of Tsushima.
I don't give a fudge about honor.
Alright, fuck you.
Hey, Turner gonna keep getting told off. You gonna stop coming to people's games, man.
I come at everybody's game because everybody comes to games. If it's not me, it's somebody else.
Not me, it's you.
Hey, man. Honestly, I thought Ghost of Tsushima was gonna win Game of the Year instead of Last of Us Part 2. To be honest, because I felt like I was in the minority with my opinion on The Last of Us 2, but Ghost of Tsushima was overall loved by just about everybody who played it. That game, I recommend anybody who gets a PlayStation play that game. That and God of War, but boy, that game. Ooh,
Speaking of God of War.
What's so good about the Ghost of Tsushima? I mean, I heard some things about it, but
the combat, if you ever wanted to be a samurai or just a ninja low key, I hate to sound like a review or like a review critic or something like that, but you really feel like a samurai. It makes you really feel like a samurai.
Quote,
but it really does, bro. Like, and just the combat's fun. The characters are they're kind of good. There's like a few interesting characters. Other than that, they're just there. They're not bad. Nothing stands out. Story's great. The look of everything is my god. And with virtually no loading. It's beautiful. When you walk down an open pasture and you just see a bandit of Mongols, and you just pull your sword out and they're like, "Fiend!" and you just walk up, and then it's just like a standoff, and then you're about to unsheath your sword and slice an arm off in like T-minus 0.2 seconds. Next, and then it's crazy. So fun. Such a good game. And there's a ton of side stuff to do. And there's multiplayer.
Bro, I remember somebody said that Ghost of Tsushima, the single player game, has the has better multiplayer than a game that was planned multiplayer from the start, aka Marvel Avengers.
Yes, it does.
Who
Well,
would have thought
yes, it does. It does.
that that game, a single player experience, would come out with a multiplayer DLC that's better than when the multiplayer was planned from the start?
That's kind of funny.
I heard the
mean,
side
there's-
stories, side missions was really good too. They was
the
really
side
depth.
missions are good, and you get the abilities that like make you just feel like a god in that game. Like, whew, oh, just a beautiful game. Yeah. The multiplayer where it gets, honestly, I spent more time playing that multiplayer than the Marvel Avengers multiplayer, honestly, because it was just me, but I had friends for Ghost of Tsushima.
Right.
Yeah.
But man, I couldn't really see myself playing Marvel Avengers online for much longer than maybe a few missions at a time. But I could see myself grinding on Ghost of Tsushima to get some gear in that game. The multiplayer is incredible, and they just added a raid. Added a raid. There's like survival. There's like whole story missions you can do as co-op. It's beautiful game, and there's classes. There's like a Ronin, a hunter, a samurai, a warrior. Like, what? I can't.
So you telling me they was geeking on that game?
They were. When I tell you, you feel like like you gonna be making that noise. Not feel the power. I guarantee you're gonna talk like that too. You will not understand the real power of a warrior, a samurai.
Who's that? Black
Like,
Panther?
No.
Got him. You will not understand the warrior of the samurai, the Black Panther.
Fall Guys came out
Cool.
this year.
Fall Guys was
last
popular
year?
this year.
Like, who cares?
Wait, was Among Us this year?
Among Us
Among Us
been
came out
out.
a long time ago. It just got popular last year because of COVID.
Yeah. And the fact that folks was trying to find another game past Fall Guys.
I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna call it a release this year, but since its popularity really spiked this year, let's talk a little bit about Among Us.
Among Us. In all honesty, it's just like Fall Guys. It's one of those games, or like I guess it's not Angry Birds. It's one that came out. It was like a racing game on the phone, but it's just one of those games that gets super hyped up and people want to play it in a moment, and then people play it on stream just to get viewers. But it's almost like that RDC World video with the one where they made that game called Real Life, and it had to do with all the graphics. He was like brushing his hair and everything, and then you got the dude who made this $20 game called hit the button, and he was just like jumping up and down, and it's just one of those cheap games that just jumped up real quick. Cause like people still play Fall Guys, people still play Among Us, but it's just one of those games that get hyped up just for like a good month or two. People play it. I mean, it's a cool concept, but I mean, it's nothing like game
Nothing long
innovative.
lasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just some quick and easy fun with friends, and I mean, you gotta have games like that. Those are cool.
And then you-
Keyword.
Folk are losing friends.
Keywords
Now those
with friends. And like Tank just said, you might end up losing some friends over some
can't believe
goddamn
people are
Among Us.
People are getting that freaking emotional over a casual game.
Like,
I mean, but it's 50-50.
Yeah.
50-50. Come on now.
bruh, Among Us got so like immersive to some people that they were developing some massive, just like overly big brain strategies as like the killer, or they started paying super duper close attention to like when the visual tasks were on. People will literally just stand there and watch you try to do it and be like, he's fake, kill him. Like, bro, how try hard people were or started being at Among Us. I was like, bro, this ain't even fun no more. Like, y'all know too much about the game. Like, this game is fun when it's fresh.
The fact that the term professional Among Us lobby is a thing is ridiculous.
No thanks.
Nah.
No.
Nah. Sounds like you're not good enough for regular games, dog.
A professional Among Us lobby.
Well, no, like, that's the thing. These are mostly the streamers who like play,
who aren't
like
good enough at anything else.
Like, some of them is just like, that mug is crazy. Like, they do be having them big bang strats and stuff, and I'll be like, bruh, I can't do you.
Sounds like they need some of what this ad is about to be for.
Water.
Drink it.
Drink
Not
it.
a real ad, just drink water, or you might die.
Drink water. It's an ad. Dasani, Fiji.
Hey, first off, core.
I'd rather
They
drink
don't.
top water.
They don't pay me enough to advertise.
Y'all fronting over some water. Just drink it.
Facts.
Just drink water though. You can drink water, but I'm not shouting nobody out though. They don't pay me enough.
Nah, fuck it, the sun.
Man,
We don't get no money for that. So
shout out to
you drink water
Arizona.
though.
Arizona, I need some water too. I need a Arizona water. That might be
Ooh,
lit.
nasty. That might be. It can either be really good or really fucked up. One of the two.
It has to.
Hey,
Be.
Immortal Phoenix Rising came out this year or last year.
Speaking of fucked up, Watchdog Legions. Tank. Tell us you.
Welcome to the world. Watchdog Legion.
To the world. Hello. I want you
Tell us
to
your
welcome.
experience on Watchdog Legion.
Let me tell you about my experience with Watch Dogs Legion. This world is right fucked. And it's our job to unfuck it. Okay? You are going to get faced with corruption, death, even gang activity. And even the government is going to be out here telling you what to do. Welcome to Watch Dogs Legion. No, the game was the game was cool. Glitchy. It's an Ubisoft game, so you
wouldn't be Ubisoft.
don't have those. Also, I didn't know this. Ubisoft got the rights to make a Star Wars game.
Yup. Mm-hmm.
That might gonna be ass.
Buggy. Last Star Wars game we got was Fallen Order. Anyway, off topic.
Got him.
This year, I forgot what it was called. Let me go look real quick.
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. That's what it was.
I don't think it came out
Fallen
this
Order?
year, did it? Thought it came out.
No.
Star Wars
No,
Jedi
I came
Fallen
the year
Order.
before because I was over in the theater at the time.
It's not Fallen Order, it's Squadron. Squadron.
Nah, no
Yeah,
way,
that's the
Chris.
one.
Oh,
That's the
does
one
it
that came
have
out this
EA
year.
on it?
EA Sports.
Let me see. Is it made by EA?
Probably. Most Star Wars games
No,
were made by EA.
It was made by
Wars.
Metrix. Metronics.
Oh, this is irrelevant as shit. Moving on.
I told you. No one cares.
This game was hella irrelevant.
If it ain't got no
Back to
Jedi,
Watch
it
Dogs
ain't failed.
Watch Dogs Legion.
Watchdog Legion.
That's probably my favorite part of the entire game is the fact that the dialogue from the characters you recruit are pretty cool, which I originally thought was going to be kind of stupid. Well, I mean, at the end it kind of was, because the reoccurring theme in those Watch Dogs games is the fact that you're given a character in a group of people to actually care about. But since you really kind of make your own group and everybody else is just hardcore background, you never really grow any type of attachment to the characters you have. You don't permanently lose them, although some of them do get kidnapped, and you have to send another person and go get them back. You never actually permanently lose them unless you're doing on like the hardest difficulty. And even if you do, you never care, because if you care enough about them, you'll keep them, and you'll just keep them through the whole game. But they don't really grow any type of personality. They're just kind of these dialogue boxes that come up whenever you need to talk to somebody. And if you care too little, you just get a new guy. Who cares? Or a new girl. Who cares? Like, you don't grow any type of attachment to anybody in the game, so you end up just kind of not caring about anything. Like, the missions are cool, but still, I feel like there was a lot more variety and a lot more fun and to be had in Watch Dogs 2. You know, maybe I could have, my playthrough, maybe I could have did more, but I don't know, dog. I could have recruited a spray paint artist, and instead of knocking folk out with my hands, I'm knocking folk out with a spray can. Like,
it's hard to make you care about the world in a game like that.
That's
because you have no one to experience the world through that and experience any like real change or anything like that. Because like you said,
right.
Like, I think I watched that whole playthrough. I haven't played it, but I watched Tekken.
Thank you, you OG.
Yeah. It was like, I mean, Tank was a great actor, and anytime like his people got killed, not got killed, but got like kidnapped or got hospitalized, he made you care, but the game didn't. Like, he did that as someone who was playing through the game for an audience. But the game, it was like, who cares if they were hospitalized? Just go get another guy. Or who cares if old dude got kidnapped? It doesn't matter. Like, there was just nothing to make you care about it. In fact, there was literally the inverse. They were saying you can recruit anybody. Like, you could have any of these people. So it's kind of like it's kind of like, you know, having a girlfriend versus looking at Tinder. You know, it's just like, when you think the whole world is out there, you really gonna care about this one person? No, like, not really. You got the whole world out there. You can pick up whoever you want to. I'm not saying I'm that kind of person, by the way. I was just making a comparison. You know, when
his DMs are open. His DMs are open.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just really hard to really make. I mean, some of the interactions were interesting. The twist at the end was interesting. Not original, but interesting. Not original at all. But it was interesting. It seemed like a cool game, but that's pretty much it. It was like a cool game.
Combat was alright.
Combat was pretty cool, and that actually changed depending on who you had. So that was it's almost like a puzzle in that sense. So you had to like Tank over here having to figure out how to get around combat with an old lady. That old lady got shot up, bro.
Oh yeah, she was hospitalized.
She got lit up.
So the problem, it seemed like with the game, was it wasn't enough innovation, I guess you could say, with the characters. Like,
oh no, the characters. You talk about like variety in the characters. Well, there was variety. But the thing was that there was just too much variety. And the thing is, once you have that open, like AJ just said, once you have like so many characters, you really can't focus on multiple like that. Like, it doesn't expand on the few characters that you keep, right? Like, there's not a big emotional moment with my main character who I kept throughout the entire game. Like, gotcha. there isn't. Like, so that means I could have gotten any old average Joe to go take his spot and do the same thing. So there's nothing different from my experience and somebody else's experience.
Gotcha.
So my character isn't special depending on someone else's, but they tried to make it seem like you can build your own faction, but that's really it. You could build your own type of faction.
Yeah.
As to which the other games beforehand, they gave you a main character and they gave you his group of lackeys that you work with, and they try to eventually have you care about that main character. Watch Dogs 1 was Aiden Pierce. Watch Dogs 2 was Marcus Holloway, or whatever his name is.
Mhm.
Which Watch Dogs 2, vastly better than Watch Dogs 1. Favorite Watch Dogs game. Oh, beautiful game.
A lot of people say that mug the GOAT.
Oh, dog. All I did was I started gang wars.
Nasty.
I started whole gang wars and hit people's legs out from under them with my freaking little go-kart.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Deacon.
It had a much more fun feel to it, and yet still connected you with the character, because it wasn't a flimsy main character that was just kind of there for the ride like Link.
Yeah.
So it was okay. It was fun. You know, I still got some DLC to play. I got that, but I don't care at the moment.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to stop buying DLC. No, I'm just playing.
Might have to. Never know.
Man.
That's what keeps some of these games going.
But
All right.
sometimes we gotta say FDLC.
All right. So let's shift our main focus over to the FGC side of things. So anybody play what's the name of that game? Granblue Fantasy Versus.
I played it for like a good 2 weeks. That mug was fun.
Nasty.
I played the shit out of it, but
Same.
I don't know about anybody else. I played the shit out of it.
Same. So what did you think about the game, Jared?
Well, man, I whenever it came out, I thought the cooldown system was a really, really interesting idea.
Abilities.
Yeah, because it doesn't use meter; it just uses.
Okay.
I mean, it puts things on cooldown. It's like League, essentially.
Yeah.
It's modelless League characters. They only have cooldown story about, no meters, no resource.
No.
Nasty.
That was a jab, but you know
Of course.
Of course, you had the characters like freaking it's Catalina, right?
Mhm.
I'm not. Yeah, it's Catalina. I almost said Katarina. I'm like, that's a lead character. Catalina, and then Fairy, who are, man, fuck those characters, but
Facts.
it was still it's a very, very simple game, which is okay because it filled the void because it's like, usually if you're a fighting game person, you're either playing like just about everything or you have a main game and a side game. And Granblue is the perfect side game. Like,
Gotcha.
the perfect side game, because there's not a whole lot you need to remember, like mechanically or anything like that. And really, you're only doing like real fundamental stuff unless you're oh damn, I forgot his name. What's that?
Grant?
What's the restaurant character's name?
Brushdown? Leon, I think?
Huh?
Leon?
Leon?
Is it?
No, it's not Leon. Hold on, let me find that nigga. And not that he was technical, but that, you just had to remember something. Hold on. Granblue.
You might be talking about the dude with the axe or the scythe.
No, he's talking about the dude with a couple blades.
Yeah, the two blades.
Oh.
What's your name, fam? Lancelot. Lancelot. He was the only one where he's a real tricky. But it was just a perfect side game for that reason. Not a whole lot. The system itself isn't that extensive or anything like that, which is okay. You don't need to have, like, not every game needs to blow you away, and not every fighting game needs to blow you away with its mechanics and systems and in-depth and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
It's still a very fun game. Because I could go back to it right now and still do and still do it. And I haven't played it for a while, which is why it's that perfect side game. The online is trash, absolute basura. Which is why I stopped playing it because COVID happened and can't play it offline, so you're forced to deal with this trash online.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that. Not doing that. Shoot, other than Granblue, what other fighting game, what other new fighting game came out this year?
We could talk about Sephiroth releasing in Smash.
We could. Definitely could.
He did release last year.
We could also talk about Steve releasing in Smash.
Oh yeah, both of them ninjas did come out this year. So did Min Min. Oh
yeah, Min Min did come out this year.
God, dog. There are quite a few. Well, let's rotate to Smash. F it.
Also a trash game.
Hey, hold on.
Nasty.
The online is trash.
It is trash. It is trash. That is true.
I just found it pretty funny that Steve released as a character.
Bro, you want to talk about something that took my soul the moment I saw it?
I laughed.
I was like, this
folks was hating on it.
This is fake.
Folks was hating on it, but I was like, yo, he kind of look OD. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Dude,
I was one of the main haters. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Facts.
I'm like,
I'm like,
this is what we're doing now.
Get him
I was
out.
cool with it.
It's like we're thinking so hard on that we could. Did we stop to think that we should? That's Steve to me in a nutshell.
I thought that was super funny.
Man.
That mug was a mean slap in the face. It's like, y'all keep memeing, I bet. There you go.
They said, yeah.
I guess it's because I didn't care.
Yeah,
and I didn't play the game. But folks was like for real
funny.
Pissed off.
I was pissed off. I was like, why did we get
Man,
freaking Steve?
it's Steve, bro. Let that man mellow.
Yeah, he can get
What's
deleted
wrong
by
with
some
Steve?
zombies. That's this dude.
Steve, I feel like Steve was the
He
least
can
y'all
mellow.
problems. Y'all got whole freaking Ryu and Ken actual fighting game characters
And they OD.
and
They
Castlevania characters. Is Steve really that far fetched?
I believe it, but I just didn't want him.
I'm gonna tell you like this: Steve was a character that nobody truly want in that mud, but it was it was more of a, I guess you could say it was a troll move because he knew he had Sephiroth in the works to come right after him, so he did that shit on purpose to piss people off. And then backdoor bring Sephiroth in the game, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm that motherfucker, bitch. Bow down, bitch. I got 2 Final Fantasy characters in this bitch, not one, but
That's
2.
crazy. How did we get 2? We got 2 Capcom reps and 2 Final Fantasy reps, and Samus is still the only one from her game.
That's not true. We have Ridley.
Oh, we do have Ridley now. You're right.
And Dark Samus.
That's Samus, bro. That's it.
We got Ridley now. We got
Ridley now. I can't use that meme anymore.
You can
I just
technically
found
use
it
Captain
funny
Falcon.
Folks was complaining like Steve is such a stupid character. Why would you put him in Smash? But I'm like, you have the freaking squid. You got the freaking squid folk from that Splatoon. Like,
that's a popular Nintendo game.
Like, but it's just like, why not, bro? Like, who cares? Why not? It's almost like the crux of Smash is to put these characters that shouldn't be in fighting games in a fighting game. Like, who cares? And then Sephiroth came out of nowhere breaking computers. I'm like, oh my god.
I don't even know how that happened.
That big sword, motherfucker.
Man,
he knew what he was doing when he did that shit.
All the Smash,
all
all the Smash DLC is kind of interesting because Min Min was the character that hit right when COVID was at its like basically right when tournaments were just automatic. No, because COVID. And come now, or at least towards the middle or the end of the year, Min Min is over there in Japan straight up destroying people. Like, this character is apparently like god tier over there. Like, everybody hates Min Min because of how good she is. Because I guess since you don't play Smash Tank, you could think of it as fighting a more mobile Menat.
Oh, what? You said what?
A more mobile Menat with power.
Okay.
Sound annoying as heck.
Okay.
And she controls the controls the screen so well. She has so much range. Yup, from good old arms. When I say good old,
oh yeah. See, it's Smash. I felt like people was freaking out over Steve.
Oh yeah,
It's
Steve.
like, I'd be more freaked out if they actually put actual for real fighting game characters in the game. Like, you got the standard Mario, Luigi, freaking Mr. Game and Watch. You know, folk, this is supposed to be fun.
We got 3 fighting game characters in there now.
I know that's what I'd be freaking out over. Like, they actually
this
put
year too?
fighting game characters in this game.
Yeah.
Was Terry this year too?
I don't know.
I feel like Terry was no. It couldn't have been.
Terry, Terry came in at the end of the
He
before
came
the
in 2019,
season 3.
right?
Yeah, it was before season 3 came out this
Terry
year. Yeah.
release. Smash Terry release. Yeah, November 6, 2019.
Very close. Woo. We got 3 fighting game characters, and then we got Ryuken and Terry Bogard.
Yeah.
But shoot, Steve.
Wait. Ken with the hat.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's-
Hat Kid.
Hat Kid.
Basically, what it is.
Yeah,
Ken
freaking
with the hat.
Steve is very interesting.
Wasn't he top tier?
No,
Nah.
Like
Nowhere
when he
close.
came out?
nowhere close.
That I heard of. Yeah.
He was just new.
Steve was debate after like about a week. Steve was heavily debated as the worst character in the game.
That's pretty funny.
Has Sephiroth came out yet?
Yeah, Sephiroth's been out now.
Okay, I couldn't remember if he was. Where is he at on the tier list?
People think he's high top.
High top tier.
Hell yeah,
Something
I
like
knew he
that.
was gonna be high top tier. All the shit they was showing, I was like, bro, he doesn't even have to be close. He can control so much.
That sword hits
That sword
freaking
is
long
really good at
range.
controlling space. Like I'll put you like this. I didn't necessarily care that we got Sephiroth, but I thought Sephiroth was probably one of the best additions that could have added. Mainly because Smash has had a history of putting in more and more Fire Emblem characters. So a lot of folks will look at a character and be like, another Fire Emblem character, ergo another sword character.
Anime swordsman.
Basically that. And so having a swordie that's not Fire Emblem based is actually very welcome to me. Like, I enjoy having Sephiroth.
You got Silk in that mug, man. It's just a Fire Emblem character from the future. Like,
Facts.
that's how he
Simple
looked
facts,
at.
man. I'm open to Sephiroth. I actually enjoy playing Sephiroth. He requires the fundamentals that most Smash Ultimate players don't have. And that's what's
have
crazy.
To pick your moves as him because he doesn't have wide swipes like a lot of the Fire Emblem characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of the Fire Emblem characters, especially like forward air, that's the neutral. It's just a wide, weeping normal that you can just throw out, and it does everything. It's an approach. It's a keep out. It's a anti-air. It's a air to ground. It's everything. But with Sephiroth, you can't do that. You have to really pick your moves, which is cool. It's a good dynamic to have.
Yeah, like,
What I saw, he looked like I could be wrong, but he looked like a better Palutena, low key. From what I looked at it.
I wouldn't say
I don't really
that.
play Smash, but shout out to my boy Pac-Man and shout out to my boy Mr. Game and Watch
Oh my
and the OG Little Mac. Represent you.
God. Okay, aside from Little Mac, you're the
All
worst
three
ever.
of those characters are AIDS.
Bro,
All three.
Boy, you'll see me on some Little Mac though. I'll run hands. I love me some
And
Little
he's
Mac. bro.
part of the freaking problem.
That nigga's absolute garbage, but I freaking love playing that nigga. I love it.
My goodness. Oh
All
man.
they have to do is tweak just a little bit of him, and I would probably play no other character.
That would be terrible. If they tweaked him to where he had an air game, man, then he would actually be broken.
They just need to tone his ground game down. That's it. I'm not saying
Nah,
just
F
give
all
him an
that.
air game. No, they need to tone his ground game down. You know what, man? Where's my Switch, bro? Hold on.
I was about to say, wasn't he overpowered in Brawl?
He wasn't even in Brawl.
Oh,
He
was
was
it
in
Brawl?
Smash
Oh, was
4.
it? No, not Brawl.
He was considered overpowered on 3DS.
Facts.
Okay,
They
okay.
nerfed him into the ground.
He was super OP on 3DS. Bowser was super OP in 3DS. Greninja was super OP in 3DS. Sheik
What's
was
the difference?
redonkulously overpowered in 3DS.
What's the difference between the 3DS version and the other?
The 3DS version came out first.
Yeah.
It was only
Oh,
on
for real?
3DS.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was only on 3DS.
I did not know
for
that.
about- Was it 2 weeks or a month?
I think it was a month.
I think it was 2. It was only on 3DS for about a month, and then the console version dropped, and they released this big patch for it,
Mm-hmm.
which completely killed
Okay.
Little Mac, killed Bowser. Greninja wasn't too bad,
Greninja was still pretty good.
but he wasn't anywhere near as good. Sheik,
Yeah.
same deal.
Greninja used to be able to hit you with, I think it was like up throw to freaking up B and kill you at 10.
Oh god, I didn't know all that.
Oh, nasty.
Because his hydro pump had this mean pushback scaling, so when he used it against you, you just flew straight up into the air and just died.
Shut the fuck up.
And then Sheik's bouncing fish, you know how strong that mug was even after nerfs in Smash 4. That mug used to kill, like those bouncing fish combos we saw going frequently in Smash 4, those were kill combos on 3DS. Like, 3DS had some real wacky stuff. Real wacky stuff.
Version busted.
The true unadulterated horror of Smash 4. But that's Smash 4. And this Smash Ultimate Fire.
Yes.
Except for for school.
This gonna be the last one, technically, ain't it?
Supposedly.
Bro,
Never know.
with as much money as Smash brings in, there's no way. It's impossible.
I mean, they
They're
could just
either
keep
gonna-
this mug going like Tekken 7.
Yeah, that's which is actually the next freaking topic. Good job, H. We're gonna talk about
Hey, yo.
season 4 of Tekken 7.
That mug ends in 20. That mug ends in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
That mug crazy.
So
What all we get in season 4?
Kunimitsu in a stage and a balance patch and some new moves.
Oh yeah, we haven't
I
even
can
got
tell
the other
you,
character
I
yet.
haven't played Tekken since way before Kunimitsu got released. I kept saying I was going to go back to it. Tank managed to convince me to open it up to customize Josie. That's all I did.
Nasty.
Customized.
That's all.
Let's see.
I did.
The balancing in
The only reason I
2020.
get on.
It's not.
And the piece of John.
They didn't do. I mean, they didn't do too much.
Yeah.
The new moves are pretty cool. Everybody's new move is not good
Yeah,
for sure.
true.
A lot of them hoes are just in there just because they had to throw them new moves in there.
Speaking from
But,
experience with Asuka.
Facts. They need to actually revamp those new moves for some characters because they kind of just like did some shit with that one.
True.
Kunimitsu was the best thing that came to Tekken since Tekken itself because she got the firest outfit. Period. That bitch look clean, man. Oh man, when they said they just threw a whole bunch of people in there, man. What we gonna do to make her look clean, man? We gonna give her a hoodie. We gonna make the drip just slide off a little bit. We gonna give her like almost a scar, but not a scar. Bro, she got so much detail.
She's clean.
She is so clean.
Her face looks like every other female character in the game.
Yeah, it looks anime as fudge a little bit though. That's what I like.
Bro, I don't even care, bro. She got the hoodie over the max, bro.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Nobody else is doing it.
They got that swag, bro. And
bro, she got.
As somebody who played
fire.
Cooney in Tag 2, I miss some of her Tag 2 moves, but I like what they were traded out for. Like for some of the stuff that she has, her mix is cool, and she's essentially the same in how she plays, but you just have to be a little bit more bold in your mix to get what you want to get going. And I like how she's great. She might be the best DLC character that was added in Tekken. Honestly, she might be because she's not busted. She's not trash. She's
something you ask.
Say what?
I've heard different. I've heard people think that Kunimitsu is unhealthy for the game.
The fudge?
I've heard that Kunimitsu is just like all the other pay-to-win characters that have came out.
Man, we still talking about people who don't know how to anti-air.
But I was about to say that. I was like, I haven't. Pros probably don't like Kuni as much, but for the most part, the community still geeking off of fucking Akuma in 2020.
Facts.
But we got motherfuckers out here really terrorizing us like Ganryu and fucking Julia and fucking Fuckarum and I mean you can say
talking about that boy fucking raw.
Oh yeah,
bro.
Like bro,
you talking about easy characters rewarded for just being easy and strong. Like them niggas is dumb. Like
bro, Fuckarum is still strong.
Fuckarum is stupid.
Fuckarum is still.
I think Julia's a little bit more difficult than me.
She's a little
Julia
bit more
is she's more difficult than those three, but she got so much when they threw her in here. She might as well be easy. Shit, she's not as. She could damn near do anything she want. Get away with it.
Yeah, her coming from Tag 2 to T7, and this is obviously the story for most characters in Tekken. Pretty much everybody got easier. Like, there's no denying that. But for a character like Julia used to be pretty demanding on the execution. But in T7, that execution just got cut in half. Like, she can do a lot just because. And she straight up skips the neutral. It's like Pikachu in freaking Smash. Just literally does not have to play neutral to get in. She can just lunge punch. I'm in.
4-1.
Or that freaking party crasher. I'm just in there.
4-1. Hey, I'm in there. What's up?
Yeah, press the button. Do counter hit. Follow up. Low, you're in the mix. Low, some dumb ish. Next, dead. Oh, I'm at the wall. My back's to the wall. Oh, I got a launcher. Now you're at the wall. Huh?
Her moves track so well, and I mean damn near all of them hoes track.
Like, bro, her natural combos get you to the wall. You don't even have to try to do a wall-specific combo or wall carry. Her natural combos have wall carry. It's crazy.
Man, I could talk about that for a whole nother 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
I could talk about what I would want done to the next Tekken for another 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
That's a topic for
part
another
season.
It really is.
Yeah, season 4. season 4 was all right for the most part. Like I said, the best thing to come out of it was Kooning.
Yeah, I think Kuma's great how she is.
The new moves, trash them. Don't need them.
Facts.
You can really get rid of them moves.
Some of them are good. Some people needed those new moves, but for the most part, it's just kind of like we're gonna add some moves to keep it fresh. Like the stupidest move. I'll never get over this. I don't know why Akuma wasn't able to do Demon Flip EX Fireball in the first place.
I thought you could always do that. That's the sad about it.
I mean, from Street Fighter, you can.
Yeah,
well, yeah,
I don't understand why he. I don't understand why he wasn't able to already do that. And then for some stupid reason, he has invul during the fireballs that you can clearly just go, huh? Those are fireballs, right? Sidewalk launch.
Yeah.
It's like, oh come on, man! Like, give me something. I just want a better move. Give me something cool. You know, shoot. Just because he's good don't mean you have to hurt my man. Like, come on, dog. Put some respect. Oh man. Well, since it hasn't come out yet, but I do want to kind of talk about it a little bit. So, does everybody know about the upcoming DLC for Street Fighter 5?
Are we talking about Akira or Dan?
Yeah,
has Dan even come out yet?
Nope.
We about to wait 2 years for a freaking Oro.
What is this for Street Fighter Season 5?
Season 6.
Season 6. Jesus.
Season 5.
We're talking about a game that needs to go ahead and die.
Facts. But
no, I don't think that game can die. They still got Street Fighter League going on.
Yeah, let's touch on that DLC. I know for a fact me and Tank are definitely not happy about freaking Dan.
But Dan Hibiki made it. That shit
great. It's not that I have a problem with Dan. Hoes.
5. By the way. It's season 5. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, it is season 5?
It's season 5.
I thought so.
We're still on season 5?
Yep.
We're on season 5 for a year and a half.
Is it currently season 5, or is Dan supposed to be season 5?
Season 5 that we are in right now with Dan, Akira, and all of them. That is season 5.
Okay.
Dang, that's a long season.
Nasty.
Dog. Anyway,
It's
not that I'm mad that I know some fighting game owners gonna watch this and be like, oh, you complaining about Dan who be. Look, bitch. It's not that I'm mad that Dan is gonna be in the game. I'm mad that we take all of these months and months and months and have no content or characters, and yet the character that we are first introducing in this character set is Dan. That's my problem. We wait months, or shoot, even years for some people, since they still don't have a freaking actual character that they truly connect with.
Yeah.
And still, the character that they want to release first is Dan. The disrespect. Why Dan?
Like, who are we getting? We're getting Dan. We're getting Rose.
Akira.
We're getting Viper. We're getting Oro.
Wait, Viper is coming in?
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't announced.
I thought it was.
I don't remember Viper.
I remember Akira, Oro, Rose, and Dan.
Is it only 5 characters?
Well, I don't know if it's Viper. I think they had one character left to announce. It might be Viper.
Then I thought it was Viper.
I mean, it could be. They still had one more character.
No.
Dan, Rose, Oro, and Akira.
Yeah.
I don't know why I gotta see Viper right now. I was hoping to see Viper.
You could
I'm still
release
hoping
Dan in
for
the
it.
middle of all this, but
Yeah,
if
I feel like Oro should have been the headliner for this season.
Facts,
It should
come
have
on.
been Oro, Rose, Dan, Akira. That's who it should have been. It should have been that.
at least Rose first or Oro second, maybe an Akira third.
Oro should have headed the season. That would have been the way to start it.
That would have been a strong way to start.
I would have loved Oro first. I mean, yeah, I would love Oro first. Rose
Y'all
would
have
also
played the
been
game.
acceptable because people had been asking for Rose for a while, and then we got Manat. So people definitely wanted Rose for quite a while.
I mean, people have been asking for Oro for 2 games now, though.
They
People
have.
been asking for the twins too.
Yep.
People also been asking for that freaking one chick, not DiCaprio, the other one.
Huh? Cammy?
No,
The other doll?
yeah, I don't remember their name.
You're talking about Junie or Julie?
Julie and Julie, yeah. I didn't know niggas was asking about them.
I didn't know that.
Her. What's her name? Makoto.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
She definitely should have already been in the game. I'm gonna say that.
She should. Her playstyle is actually like contributes to the game.
I'll put you like this. Almost every single third strike character should already be in this game, or at least should have been like season 2 or season 3 DLC. There is no reason for any of the prior Street Fighter 4 characters to have had to been paid DLC. Like, we shouldn't have had to pay for
Balrog
Ibuki.
shouldn't have been.
The fact that we had to actually pay for
Guile.
for Guile,
Bro.
for Jury. The fact that Jury
Bro.
season 1 DLC is actually like,
Why?
That's disrespectful.
Why did we have to pay for a World Warrior, dog? What? This is
Like-
Guile. This is an OG Street Fighter character. Why did we have to pay for this dude?
That is crazy.
bro, that's another topic right there.
Facts.
That's a whole other topic.
Like, just a bunch of unnecessary stuff.
DLC.
But as far as the season 5 characters go, I'm looking forward to everybody but Dan, quite frankly.
I'll look and see what people do with them.
I'm just Oro.
I ain't playing the game.
I'm interested in Oro and Akira and
Game's
Rose.
boring.
It really is to me.
Like, it's just boring. Like I said, if they released more, I know why they're spreading the characters out, and we all know why. It's just, they want to make characters different enough in the roster instead of having an overlapping amount of clones of each other like they did before. But
And they do
Man.
an okay job.
I think they've done well.
Because
You know what I want them to do with the roster? I already know.
shave it. Shave that mug back down to an OG 8 or something.
Man, shove it. Man, Guilty Gear Strive is doing it right in my book.
Yep. Until they drum it all the way back up to 50 characters.
Facts.
It's just
So it has 10 seasons. 10
When you
seasons,
be-
5 characters each.
Yeah.
when you release a character a year, it's
After the announcement, man.
like,
Tekken does
bro,
the same crap. Oh, we announced this character a year before. 6 months later,
Oh.
now you get to see what they might do. Then, now we actually get to see the whole thing.
Folk get bored of waiting, man.
Yeah.
It's just boring, dog. Like,
Facts. I'm over it. Next game.
yeah. I got Cody.
You got
Classic.
Cody.
True.
I'm glad you enjoy Cody.
It's alright.
All right, now we gonna move on to the more serious section of this little podcast. We're gonna talk about the FGC Scandals, and I am counting Smash.
Y'all got that.
Oh, you might have some interesting responses at least, maybe. So, especially, we'll start with the Smash community. So last year, there were actually quite a few Smash players that were found out to be involved messing with some underage folk. And among those players off the top of my head that I can remember is one that's very infamous, Zero, 50 plus Smash 4 tournament winner. It was Zero, Nairo was involved, Captain Zach was involved.
In everything.
Yeah. Freaking Sky Williams was involved.
Word on that dude, bro.
D1 was involved. What's that other dude? What's the dude that is like best friends with Nairo? Plays all the time? Keitaro?
Keitaro?
Yeah, he was involved in doing some stuff. Yeah, just a lot of nonsense going on with the Smash, within the Smash community. It's messing with underage people, collusion, blackmail, like it's very
sound like they was geeking.
They really were. Nah, they took it. They really took it well beyond geeking.
Yeah, it was just bad, bro. Just bad.
And then on top of that scandal, we had a couple of later scandals, because I just remember there was a scandal with Lab Zero. Do you remember that one, AJ?
I can't say I do. I stopped paying attention to a lot of it. Like, I was there for the like the initial ones, but I really stopped paying attention
I think
to it because I just got off Twitter.
Yeah, there was some nonsense with that too. And then probably the biggest one is the fact that I'm pretty sure Evo is no more. Which is pretty interesting. Who was it? Was it Joey Cellular or whatever?
Joey yes. Yeah. Mr. Wizard. No, wait. No, I don't think it was Joey. Isn't Joey the guy who does CEO?
Is he?
No, it was Mr. Wizard. It was Mr. Wizard. That's
what was his thing?
I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't really know. It was just like it was just coming up for the same thing. He had been like taking advantage of like, you know, of underage boys and stuff. Like people who wanted to over here, like, you know, not necessarily doing things with like their entry fee or something, but you know, it just wasn't good stuff, man. I ain't gonna really. If you want the details, go look it up. It's on the internet.
Facts.
Got him.
It's not really something you want to talk about.
It's on the net. You can find it.
But that's to keep your awareness in the know. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So for the last little topic for this one, one thing that was mentioned among fighting gamers especially was that this year was supposed to be year of the fighting games.
Ooh, you want to talk about something that didn't happen?
What do y'all think about that? Based on at least what's played and fighting gamers and stuff like that.
Year of the fighting games?
I mean, I think that COVID ruined all of that. That's what I think.
Yeah. COVID kind of slapped it.
Because, I mean, the only thing I want to say that I heard that was still being played was Tekken for the most part. I know Smash was struggling for a little bit to try to get their stuff, especially since the online is really bad. It's just their net code in general is pretty bad. So I know a lot of those games wasn't able to actually, get played. But for the most part, I want to say Tekken. I think I want to say some Soul Cal was being played. What else after that? It was just really hard for fighting games. I mean, the only game that really was still thriving, I guess you could say, was Tekken. And even Tekken had a long period where they we only got 2 characters in this season, but it took forever just to get Kuni to come out. Like,
yeah,
we didn't get no confirmation about that for like a whole another month. And so, I mean, it was just a struggle just due to COVID for the most part, but it was a lot of different games.
That's true. That's very true. So COVID kind of messed us up, not being able to do tournaments and stuff like that. Some people are trying to hold tournaments now,
which I think is stupid.
Yeah. They're trying to make do it where like everybody's required to wear a mask and doing like the across the table type setups so that you don't have to be super close or whatever.
I mean, if we can make across the table type setups standard, then that'd be cool. But I mean, that's a lot of resources.
Yeah, you would need at the very least double the normal requirement.
Exactly, you need double the setup.
And people are already iffy about bringing their stuff anyway, because then you would have to worry about wiping down your own stuff, right? Because people don't like to wash their hands, and there's, especially with like Smash, like there's already the infamous
shower, bro.
Facts. There's already the shower meme. Well, what percentage of these people actually wash their hands? Probably like 0. At best, maybe like a smooth 5%. Be like, you must sanitize before you sit down to play. So,
I don't need to sanitize. That fool over there don't even wash his ass. Like, damn.
Alright, I said that was the last one, but I have uno mas that I just thought about because of that. Give me y'all's thoughts on online competitive gaming.
Trash unless rollback is involved.
Dang.
Wait, say that one more time.
Trash unless rollback is involved, and then even after that, probably doesn't even mean much.
What is rollback? I don't think I ever heard that term.
Rollback is a style of connection, basically, where it basically tracks the inputs you make and inputs it. Is it later or is it earlier?
The basis of it is that the entire game is built around it. It has a certain amount of not I don't want to say latency because that's not the word, but it has a certain amount of delay to where basically, okay, the way that delay-based netcode works is that the game is constantly checking for both you and the opponent's inputs. If someone's inputs arrives earlier or than the other one, or one doesn't arrive like when it's supposed to, that's what causes the game to freeze. But what rollback does is that it makes predictions based on what it thinks you're going to do, and then it checks itself and be like, okay, did you do that? Cool, then we let the game go on. Oh, you didn't do that, and if you didn't do it, then it goes back and corrects that. But this all happens in like fractions of a second. So,
hey, bro, that just sounds complicated.
I mean, it's made by people much smarter than me. So,
the layman's terms is think of it as if like a spell check, I guess. Like if you're typing a paper or something and you have spell check on, it's not going to register. If you have like spell check on, it's not going to register if you got the word correct, right? Like it's just gonna be there. Like if you're typing a paper and the spell check is on and you're typing a word that it doesn't recognize, it might turn red for a second, but then once you finish the word, then it shows the red mark's gone, right?
Yeah.
But if you type a word that is spelled incorrectly and it turns red, then you got to go back and correct it. It's essentially the same thing with rollback, you know.
Gotcha. Okay. I see what you're saying.
But yeah, online competitive gaming, that seems to be the future, really, of fighting games right now.
Well, I mean, because you shouldn't be holding events. You just shouldn't.
True.
Whether you think it's safe or not, it's not. Science says it's not. Like,
Yeah.
It's not a belief thing. It's it's you just gotta hold that.
True. That is true.
Yeah. But it's pretty much going to be just the future of fighting games, especially right now. And then there's some things where especially the top players have a lot of issues and get really irritated that all of these online warriors come out of nowhere and start beating them in online tournaments when it's online tournaments, and they take that stuff like epic seriously. It's like, dang, I just freed up freaking MK Leo in this online tournament. He's actually not that good. Like, dude, you know, or man, I fought Sonic Fox online in this MK11 tournament, freed that butt up. Like, where were you at the last MK event? Like, I don't know who you is, you know? Like, all these people that take it so very seriously with the online thing. Like, and you should take it a certain degree of seriously, obviously, but you shouldn't just automatically assume you're that much better than everybody else because you can win it in an online tournament. Like, it's still an online tournament. Right.
Yeah.
But, that's all I got for that one, then. For this, the first of the year, technical topic. Thanks again to my technicians.
Gotcha.
I appreciate everybody. Does anybody have any closing remarks?
Can't say I do.
I don't got too much of anything.
Alright, I'm gonna give some a few closing remarks myself. Y'all ninjas need to be careful out there, man. COVID is still very out there, still very real, and you will get sick. I don't know if H minds me telling, but both me and him actually did come down with a case of the dreaded COVID-19. And for me, it wasn't super duper bad, but for my boy, it kind of hit kind of hard.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling too good. I was in and out of it.
Yeah, so. But trust me when I say,
here, Tony Stark, I'm not feeling too good.
I'm not feeling too good, Tony Stark.
I want to go.
Yes. But yeah, wash your hands, put a mask on, man. Like, it's not like you're gonna be in wherever you're at for like ever. Just put the mask on, man. You know?
Very true.
Wash your hands, sanitize the mugs, keep some sanitizer in the car or something. Maybe some wipes or something. You know? You don't have to go above and beyond, but there's just little stuff you can do to help yourself, man, you know? So, those are my remarks, you know. Wear a mask, stay clean, and drink more water. Alright? So until the next time with your technicians, you know it's your boy. We out.